Welcome to the Mediocre to Magnificent podcast. I'm your co-host, Braxton Matson, and your host, Lee A. Williams, and I just want to say thank you for tuning in because you are what makes this pure magnificence. You are the ripple effect of magnificence, and we are going to bring you a message that will give you insight, inspire you, motivate you, and challenge you to not only grow in your magnificence, but let you know that you are magnificent in everything you do. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. Lee, man.
Yes, sir.
Your host, Lee. Co-host Braxton here.
We're here.
Another magnificent episode.
Yes. I believe it'll be decent. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, so what you got today, man?
Man, so I want to tell you about a journey I've been on, man.
Are you still on it?
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think we've ever arrived. So I mean, until Jesus comes back.
Yeah.
If you're a believer, you can say, okay, I've made it. But I digress. So the thought process, man, I have a electric riding lawnmower.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, like, I'll be riding and then it'll just stop.
Just completely stops?
Yeah, like stop going forward. So like the blades are still engaged, the light's still on, it still powers up.
But the wheels are moving.
Right. So I'm like, okay.
That's weird.
So, I look at what like, is there common cause? What's this? What's that?
Yeah.
Now I've had the lawnmower for like over 5 years.
Oh wow.
So
yeah.
I say that because maybe something coming down later. But anyway. So I'm like, okay. They're like, yeah, it might be the battery.
The battery.
Right. So then it's like, okay, well, I find out that this has 4 batteries. 4 50-pound batteries, man.
What? They're 50 pounds? 4 of them? That's one heavy freaking lawnmower, dude.
Right. And having to get to the batteries to test them was a whole ordeal.
For real?
Oh, for real.
I would have thought if you had a electric lawnmower.
Yeah.
You know how like they got the plug-in batteries on like the power tools and stuff?
Yeah.
I figured they would have done something like that with
They
them.
have now.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be why. Okay, this is good. So
they
you're
have now. But
5 years ago.
over 5 years ago.
No.
It's car batteries in there, buddy. Bigger than car batteries.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, I'm like, okay, well, if it's just a battery, I know I have the mechanical inclination
To replace it.
to replace a battery.
Yeah.
So I pull the batteries out, get them tested. Like, oh yeah, the cold cranking apps is a thing. Like,
Yes.
it's cold cranking apps is a thing.
If it's bad, it ain't gonna turn over. Yeah.
I learned this, cold cranking amps is a thing. So it's like, yeah, this battery's cold cranking amps is low. Now in the process of this, 4 batteries. The batteries cost $255 each. So
Wow.
I'm like, man, I'm only gonna replace one.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not doing the whole thing.
I'm just gonna replace the low one.
Yeah.
Like
Just the low one.
hoping that fixes it.
Yeah.
Okay, then talk to some couple mechanics, read some articles.
Yeah.
You see this journey, right?
Mm.
They're like, oh yeah, well these batteries are kind of like golf cart batteries. When one goes, you really need to replace them all.
How what? Really?
Yeah, but I don't know because I don't have a baseline of.
Yeah, you don't really
Like,
know.
I'm not a mechanic.
I don't even know. I mean, I could probably figure it out, but
I'm not an electric lawnmower service tech.
yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, well, I'll get the batteries. So
Wow, so you had to get all four.
I didn't have to. And I'm saying that intentionally
Oh, no.
I didn't have to.
Okay.
I mean, I chose to.
Chose to. Okay.
I didn't have to. I got to be like, hey,
Yeah.
forget it.
It's like, we get the battery thing out of the way. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, oh man, look at me. Like I done changed out the battery, hooked it all up, got it
brand
back
new,
together.
man.
Yeah, we're doing everything.
Brand new. Literally.
Right. Pull it out, turn it on, get ready to ride. Does the same. So I'm like, okay.
Man, my stomach would be like,
oh yeah, sick. Sick.
Man.
$1,200 worth of battery?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I would be sick.
Didn't fix it? So I'm like, okay, well, was there something wrong with, remember I told you, because like the blades engage, the lights come on,
everything comes on
up.
except the wheels don't move.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, is there something wrong with the forward reverse switch? So I'm like, okay, well, I look up the part. I'll replace the forward reverse switch. So I'm like, okay, well, while I'm in that area,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and replace these other two switches because they're cheap.
Yeah.
So I replaced
not only
forward
the
reverse switch and two other like $10 switches.
Yeah.
Order the parts, get the parts. And in the meanwhile, my yard's becoming a jungle, man.
Yeah, you can't cut the grass. If you do, it's like that's a big yard
I just
too,
want to
man.
tell you. So I gotta push more.
Yeah.
So I'm pushing it, man. In between this process.
That's a massive yard to be push mowing.
Look,
that is a massive yard to be push mowing.
And
how many acres is it?
2.24 acres.
Sheesh.
But anyway, but this is like, I don't even know where this is going, but I believe there's going to be something for someone.
Yeah.
I believe it because it's something for me. So I'm pushing the more in between the battery ordeal, waiting for the switch. I mean, the battery's got to get delivered. The switches got to get delivered. There's not an in-store item, like just so people can get the time frame.
Yeah.
By this time, I pushed the yard 2 or 3 times. And I'm telling myself, like...
that's insane.
Because, somebody be like, Lee, why didn't you just pay somebody to cut your grass? I'm telling myself, like, well, you mean to tell me I'm going to take money from the $1,200 battery money to pay somebody that... when I'm physically able to
do
the yard...
Yeah.
Like you said, but it's 2.24 acres, right?
That's like
3 acres out here.
With a 24-inch cut push mower.
I'm like, but then I tell myself, look, watch what stories you tell yourself is important. Like, oh, it just be my movement. I just have extra movement.
Oh, okay.
Well, you saying, oh, like it's okay. That's gonna be depending on your perspective. That's what I told myself to deal with it.
Yeah.
At that moment.
Seems okay to the guy that's not pushing the push mower right now. Yeah.
In the spring.
Yeah.
In the summer. We got to a whole other problem. Yeah. A whole other situation. But anyway. So, where am I at? Okay, got the switches.
Yep. Replaced everything.
On. I mean, I'm happy. I'm like, because, there's yellow wire, green wire, blue wire,
it's
black
pretty
wire.
Self-explanatory.
I mean, it is, but you got to still be smart enough to like, okay, you
don't unplug all of them. Yeah.
So you got to be like, okay, take a picture wherever these at, kind of deal. So I put it back how I took it apart. Same deal.
And so you got the batteries. Didn't work.
Switches.
Completely changed the switch out on the forward reverse and some other switches.
Right.
Wired it up right. Everything.
So
Still problem.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to, I kind of was like, it's getting hot, it's summertime. I'm going to go ahead and, like,
bite the bullet.
I'm going to wait on pushing the grass this time because my mower's going to be working.
Like, now you may conk out the small lawnmower.
I'm like, no, and I'm like, man, the ride is going to be fixed, man. I'm believing it. It's going to be fixed after this.
Right.
So the grass is higher than that was depending on the mower being fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm creating for you. Depending on it, man.
Depending.
So then don't add like going out of town, traveling, speaking,
The regular routine
camps,
stuff. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the rain.
That thing look like a jungle, man.
You could already see like this is not.
That looks like a jungle that small push mower ain't gonna handle.
This is not adding up, man. So I'm like, well, I got a buddy that's a mechanic, and I'm like, let me call him. Oh yeah, man, I don't really work on lawnmowers, but I can take a look and try to see what's going on. So okay, yeah. So I push it up the hill. Here's my terminology. Push it up the hill. Get it on the trailer. Take it to the guy. Time's still passing. By this time, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to call somebody about this, man. Like, I'm gonna have to phone a friend, man.
Phone a friend.
I don't know. I don't remember. Did I text you or did I just call you?
I want to say you just called me, man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call.
I think you just called me.
It's like, hey, man, my lawnmower's clunked out on me, man, and I need to borrow you more if I can.
Yeah.
And you said, yeah, sure,
no problem, man.
And I didn't even mention this. I cut my mama's yard too.
Yeah.
So I'm not only do I cut mine,
you going back and forth on 2 yards.
Yeah.
Like when you called me and told me, I was like, what are you doing? Like, you could have called me sooner.
You could have called sooner.
Yeah. Because I was like, that'd been no problem.
Yeah. So the mechanic finally, by this time, a couple weeks more, like, hey, man, I've done everything. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Wow.
Like, if I was going to put some more money in it, I would replace the pedal switch.
The pedal switch. What does the pedal switch do? Is that the accelerator?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah. I ordered the pedal switch, man. Put the pedal switch on.
Mm-hmm. Nothing?
Nothing.
Are you serious, man?
Serious.
You done created a whole new lawnmower almost.
Yeah, I got a brand new lawnmower. So, I'm saying this version like this, and some of the people, they probably like, I can see the pain in this. But anyway,
man.
I'm getting I got your mower. I go.
Yep.
Cut the grass, ride over it, do good. I'm like, oh, when you need the bag? Oh, like, you're good. I've already cut mine. I'm like, okay, so I got time to cut my mom's. Like, yeah, sure. Yeah. So I run over my mama's yard, bring the mower back. It's all good. Fill up the gas, make sure, like, give it back the way better than you gave it. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, my lawnmower's still not working. I got to do something now.
Yeah.
But I didn't even tell you this. So I so I got on the site for the electric, and there's only two service areas in this market.
Right. Yeah, there's not many.
Fix these mowers.
Yeah, because I think I even looked it up. I'm like, man, there ain't nobody that works on these lawnmowers.
Right. So there are two places. One's in Winder, Georgia, and one's in Palmetto, Georgia.
That's a drive.
Palmetto, Georgia was like, oh, yeah. $50 diagnostic.
Oh, yeah, they're always going to charge you for the diagnostic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The place in Palmetto was like, $150 diagnostic. I was like, oh, well, we're going to Winder. I mean,
yeah.
But I loaded up and take it to Winder.
Uh-huh.
And when I get there to drop it off, man, they're like, but this was before I borrowed your mower.
Yeah, before you borrowed mine.
I screwed the story up, but I just wanted to.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, yeah, it'll be about 8 weeks.
Whoa.
Before we can get to it.
What? 8 weeks?
8 weeks.
To just look at it?
Right.
How many people got electric riding lawnmowers?
Exactly. But 8 weeks, I'm like, man, I can't keep borrowing a lawnmower and doing this for 8 weeks. I got to get my lawnmower
fixed,
man.
You got to get a lawnmower fixed.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm not leaving it.
Okay. So you didn't leave it.
I didn't leave it. But then that's when I was like, oh, this me cutting, pushing, phone you.
Yeah. Then you phone me.
But he couldn't, like, oh, if you get the switch, pedal switch, accelerate, yeah. So I did that, still nothing. I'm like, at that point, and God was using all this for a very specific reason. You think we're talking about lawnmowers. I promise you we're going to get to it. I promise you.
We always do. We always do.
I'm like, it ain't working, man.
Yeah.
I need to take this to an expert. I need to take this to a professional. So I told myself. I loaded up and take it to the palmetto place. They're like, oh, yeah, we'll call you at most a couple of days, tell you what's wrong with it.
That's a lot better than 8 weeks.
That's $150.
Okay.
The only reason I'm saying that is like, oh, I wouldn't like, oh, well, let me just get one battery. Oh, I wouldn't got all the batteries. Oh, let me buy a few switches. Let me take it to the mechanic. Well, I paid the mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
But look at it, that's not free. Oh, if I would have put more money into it, I'll get this switch. I bought that switch. Instead of taking it to the
professional
expert.
The expert that
at the
knows
beginning.
That specific thing, yeah.
So that's a whole dynamic.
Yeah.
You think you're saving money, like, oh, you didn't pay the people to come cut your grass. Mm-hmm. You didn't just take it to the experts. The sweat equity that you put into pushing the lawnmower.
That's a lot of stuff.
What are you doing?
That's a lot.
So where God connects the dots for me is like, man, you remember when you worked at the sheriff's office, son? I said, yeah, I remember. Did you cut the grass? I said, no, I didn't cut the grass. Did you pressure wash the house? No, I didn't pressure wash the house. People heard the episode. Did you cut down trees? No. I didn't cut down no trees. Did you wash the cars? No. He said, son, if the sheriff's office made room for you to pay those people and do those things, how much more do you think your gifts will make room for you and pay those people?
Mm-hmm.
If you just believe and have faith.
Yeah.
You trying to save money. Somebody out here is trying to save money. Just the same way I'm being vulnerable telling my story.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to save money. I can do it myself. I can figure it out. You're not an expert. You're not the professional.
That's not your gift.
That's not your lane.
Yeah.
So if you say like, okay, well, my speaking fee is this amount of money. Like, I promise you, I get paid to speak. I could pay all those things I named.
Mm-hmm.
One speaking fee, pay all those people. So instead of me like figuring out how to change the battery, change the switch, driving the window, pushing the lawn.
Yeah.
How about you just go get more speaking engagements? How about you just get more coaching clients? How about you just...
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get tapped into an energy of like, oh, well, I want to... And then the trick is like, I'm capable. Like, I'm capable of doing all those things.
You're capable.
The next thing to replace is like, okay, well, that didn't work. But where the physical manifestation of this is like, would I change the pedal switch? Would I change the forward reverse switch? Would I change the 4 batteries? Or would I just change what they said was wrong with it? So think about the money that I'm paying gas, filling up your mower, like,
yeah,
time going to load up your, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So the thing is, I'm using this as an example for someone else. Is like, what are you doing that's really, truly not
in your lane kind of thing.
And you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
And only you know. You might be like, oh, well, because I talk to people, it's like, man, back in the day, my grandpa, if the roof started leaking, he was up on the roof fixing the roof. I get it.
Yeah.
I get that. But we're also talking about a different time.
Mm.
The times have changed. And you're like, oh, well, I could fix the mower. Yeah, I could. Troubleshooting it. Eventually get to it.
Yeah. Eventually.
I needed my lawnmower before it was a jungle.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the way we go through this process is say, hey, take it to the expert. Take it to the professional. But when are you going to be able to become the expert or the professional in your circumstance? And then when the expert or professional that you become in your circumstance will make room for you to pay the, because I had flashbacks like me cutting down the tree. Like, why did you just call the person cut down the tree, man? I know, like, if you heard the episode, like, okay, God was taking you on a process then journey. Like,
Yeah. There's always a process. Yeah.
But it's still, now I'm in the phase of like, and I want to, because I don't want to think like, oh, Lee, you acting like you think you're too good. I don't want to come from an energy of too good. I want to come from the aspect of the kingdom and how do we build the kingdom. And the man that cuts down trees needs to feed his family too. Mm-hmm. And if you're cutting down the tree, he's not feeding his family.
Yeah. Man, like, I get it.
If you think about it, you wash your cars?
Yeah.
So think about it. A man that has a car wash business, like not the one you just drive through. Like, I'm talking about the mobile,
like the one that actually washes
like,
details,
wag, armor rolls,
where you
tires.
see him outside. Yeah,
Like, he's out there.
Yeah.
Do you think if he's not passionate about making cars sparkle and look wonderful, look nice, that's the type of work that he could last in?
No. But you have to be passionate in that stuff. Right. Somebody that's out there
cutting grass,
doing that.
Oh man, look at how the grass looks. It's such a great thing. But the only reason I'm saying that is because if we chase money, that you're not gonna last at some of this stuff.
It's not, yeah.
So how about you get online with your purpose?
Yeah.
And your gifts will make room for you. Your purpose will.
It supplies it for you.
Manifest to the place, and the physical form happens to be in the way this is money, and then you can pay these people that they're doing it because that's their passion. And you might be like, oh, well, they're not going to cut the grass as good as me because you haven't found the man and hired the man that's passionate about it, that cares about it. You hired the person that's just chasing money, and you were just trying to save money. And if we're being honest, hiring that man. So there's levels to this, and it's for me, it's just the epiphany and the aha. It's like, you know, my wife looked at me like I told her, I'm not doing some of this stuff no more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having all kinds. We've had episodes where I'm doing something with the toilet. Remember?
Yeah, man.
You remember? Like, it's like, what? You're not a plumber, man.
You're not a plumber. I'm not a plumber. Now, there's certain things I will do out of experience.
But why do we play these games? Because I was having a conversation before this episode with somebody, and I was like, if it's certain things, we're like, oh, I'm not fooling with that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some people, I don't want to say that. But if it's like electricity.
Oh, yeah. People don't mess with electricity, man.
If it's HVAC. I mean, you're the researcher, so you might fool with it. But if it's like, oh man, it just needs some Freon. Like, I'm not charging my tank, man. I'm not charging the Freon. Like, we call a professional.
Right.
So there's certain things. It's like,
there's certain things.
Oh, I can edge the grass. I can cut the grass. It's like, man, they make lawnmowers that cut the grass wet, man. You gotta wait till the evening time when it's dry, because you don't have the professional grade mower.
Yeah.
You don't have that mower. You have the just run over your mama grass mower. Like, you don't have the go cut the whole school.
Yeah.
Professional contract. Like, oh, you got a lot of contracts.
Professional grade.
It's got 3 blades, 72 inch. Like, you're just you do 2 laps and you're off. You don't have that. But the professional does.
Yeah.
The professional. And then the energy transfer of people have to really look like, why don't I have money to pay the professional? Well, you have to be rich yourself. And in this instance, what's so crazy is I could have paid somebody to come cut the grass. I could have took the first time to the higher place. Like, before I'm looking at batteries, testing batteries, wrestling with getting them out, huffing and puffing, pushing the mower. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No, really.
Really.
Like, how could you be, like, how do you get tricked? Because the line is very fine. Like, oh, I can do it. I can figure it out.
I agree with you on that.
And it's like, but at what? At what cost?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the price versus the cost?
Price versus the cost.
You like that?
I like that one.
What's
I like
the price
that
versus the cost?
one. I like that one.
I set the facts up very.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I'm telling everyone listening. If I could do it all over, see one of those things. If I could do it all over, you'd be like, no, I want the lesson.
You got the lesson.
I want the lesson.
Yeah.
If I allow it to let me learn and go where I need to go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you, the other side of it, I would look up the places and I'm like, okay, there's a reason why this diagnostic is $40, $50. There's a reason why this is $150.
Right.
I don't live my life. If you've been around me, I know you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
I'm hearing mediocre and I'm hearing magnificent.
Yeah.
I'm hearing, hey, how about you continue being magnificent in your craft, in your lane, honoring your message. Pay these people.
Yeah.
They're experts.
Right.
They're professionals. Because if you say, even if you say like, hey, 150 diagnostic and 50.
Yeah, mine is like, okay, where's the $100 going?
But the thing is, no, what I'm saying, I took it to, I ended up taking it to the 150.
Yeah.
The $50 people was 8 weeks out.
Yeah, well, and that was another thing. You go, like,
so, all right.
Well, in that mind, it's like, okay, everybody's going to the $50, but why? Are they focused on the money side of it? Do they really,
I don't know.
Do the research?
But if you could say, if this, like, just think about, so let's not take about just diagnostic fee.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it if you buy, like, I remember you looking up, like, hiking backpacks.
Yeah.
Like, packs. What if you have a $50 pack, and what if you have a $150 pack?
Yeah.
Is there a difference?
There's a difference. There is a difference.
Do you think, like, something, either, like, this is all cheap materials, or the $100 you can see, like, oh, it's got the breastplate, it's got the chest, it's got the strap, it's got the pouches,
the way
it's got
fits.
it's got the water pocket.
Well, and here's another level to
like,
it.
There's something happening.
The places you go to get the $150 pack or whatever.
Yeah.
The level of detail that customer service provides. Whew. Like,
Right.
There's stuff I didn't even think about when I was thinking about getting a hiking pack.
But if you go to the $50
if I didn't even get that $150 pack, they gave me so much information on, like, what is a good pack.
Right.
And then you can find a medium ground if you want to at that point.
Right.
And then if you want to get real with it, you know where to go.
You know where to go.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a difference, man. There's a reason why it's $100.
So sometimes people think like, oh, it's like how you said it. But yeah, maybe because the people are cheaper, so they're getting more business. Doesn't mean their quality.
It doesn't mean the quality's not there.
That's why I said the difference. Like, if there was a level of quality, and we were just pricing our product lower to undercut the other competition, would it be $100? Even if you said $125, the people are saving money.
Yeah.
Where does it go from 50 to $150?
Yeah. I don't.
And what if I said this version? The reason why it's 50 is because they're clowns and they don't really know what they're doing. And the 150 people are like, man, I know the service and the value I provide. This costs.
Yeah.
You have to pay the price.
Yeah.
To get this expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Like what they say in the speaker, your budget's your budget, but my fee is my fee. If you want the $100 speaker, so be it. If you want the $10K speaker, well, you want results? You want to know what's wrong with your motor? You want to keep pushing it? Like,
right.
Or you want to wait 8 weeks? See, if you look at it from that, but the tie-in, the main takeaway is, for the listeners to look at something that they're giving energy to that they truly, really don't have no business giving energy to. And sometimes people think like, oh, well, I'm giving energy in the form of my time.
Mm-hmm.
But you could be giving energy or not giving energy in the form of your money. But you have to know and you have to realize either way, it's a transfer of energy.
Yes.
Either way, it's a transfer of energy.
Either way.
So how about it be in your purpose and allowing your gifts to make room for you? And room is money. And I'm taking a step further to say even your room is the transfer of energy that you'll be able to have to pay these people for whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
Whatever you need done.
Yeah.
Like if there was a leak in your roof, would you be like, oh, I got it. I'm going to get up there and patch the roof?
No.
You'd call a roofer, right?
I call a roofer.
So what? Like, we'll call the insurance company or whatever. Like, at what point do we be like, yeah? So I'm challenging people to look at that. Like,
they really look at it. Really do.
Like, hey, I could do it. It's like, what's driving you to do it? Now, if you're the person like, I mean, you might really be mechanically inclined. You might be a mechanic. You might be an engineer.
Yeah.
Like,
you might have
the
where you
set.
could understand it.
Like, you might really be like, hey, yeah, you.
Yeah.
And this, go ahead and handle it. But if it's really like,
if it's something,
what are you doing, man? Call the people that they do this.
Yeah.
So you could be freed up to have the people that call you to do what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at, man.
That's so interesting. Like why we do that.
You've done something like that?
Force? Oh yeah,
you
man.
All the time.
Shit, there's been experiences like that. Yeah, I've stopped doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's something I know I can do, but it's gonna take a certain amount of time that could be used in my gifts or my talents. My purpose is.
Yeah.
It's not worth, doing it. Like, let the professionals do it.
Yeah.
And get it done in half the time.
Yeah, I think I'm taking a new stance, man. And I know it's like, so that's great. Okay, we'll finish with this. I understand that people, the list or somebody, whoever, that you might really not be in a place to be like, hey.
I was going to bring that up too, yeah.
When I check my budget, man, I can't afford to pay
it right now.
I can't afford to pay.
And they're going to do a good job. They're going to do it.
I can't afford. Like it's just not in the budget. Like the house needs pressure wash. I have a pressure washer. I don't have the $500. I don't know if that's the going rate, but I don't have it. I am challenging you to say, work in your purpose, work in your gifts to go get it. But if you truly don't have it, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, don't feel bad about that.
The same way we talk about the meditation, we say it's not in the amount of the time, it's in the discipline. I'm telling you right now, take ownership of your mindset.
Yeah.
And have the victory first in your mindset to say, hey, I choose to start transitioning into my purpose and my gifts, and they will make room for me. And at the appropriate time, whatever comes first, if it's house cleaning, if it's car detailing, if it's pressure washing, if it's yard cutting, laundry, I don't know, taking your clothes to the cleaner.
Whatever it is.
I don't know what your thing is. You start checking them off. And you start transferring that energy from doing those activities to definitely we did an episode, not being in the loop of wasting time, but truly in the, I'm on track, I'm on purpose.
Yeah.
And you'll see.
It'll change.
And you'll be amazed how the ripple and the impact in the community of what you're being able to provide for people and their families, especially when you find the ones they're doing it like, hey, I'm in my lane.
Mm-hmm.
Starts in your mindset. So own that first. Don't trick yourself like, I don't have money for that. Have the mindset.
You got to have that first.
And
then
I claim it for myself, man.
The way you put it, the transfer of energy, when you can get to the mindset of, I remember when I was a kid, and
I would say something like, I can't do this. And my dad would go, can't never did do nothing.
Never did.
But it's a mindset.
It's a mindset,
You can't
man.
put that in your head.
Can't put that in your head.
And then you just got to, like you said, it's the discipline of like consistently saying, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this.
And I know there's for some people.
And then the transfer of energy.
Because some people have like the money blueprints of the saver, some of that stuff. So some people truly, like, everybody's at their own level. So you have to be realistic and you have to be able to self-reflect and truly acknowledge where you're really at, what your test is.
Yeah.
To be like, no, like I really know I'm at the place like, pay these people.
Yeah.
Pay these people.
Yeah.
But if we go, like, we're going long again, but it's I've been working since I was 13.
That's a profile, man. That's your blueprint. In a way, like,
so I've been working since 13. Like, I have files of like, you go work, you can work hard, you can make money. And it's like, you have to be smart enough to say, hey, what does my work look like now? And that's why I made the connection saying, hey, when I worked at the sheriff's office provided. So you mean to tell me the God that I serve, that I'm really in line, I'm able to look at whoever I need to look at in their face and say, I'm in my purpose, and that's not going to make enough room for me to pay these people? That's a trick of the enemy.
No, man.
And I'm going to kick the enemy in his mouth.
Yeah.
I will not be tricked.
Yeah.
So you know where you're at in that stage, that's fine. If it's really like, I'm just on the mentality piece, you own it.
Own it.
If you're on the like, no, I really have the money to pay. And if you're really on like, hey, well, I'm going to start implementing, like, I might not have the money to pay the man that comes and details the car, like comes to my house, but I can go drive my car through the thing.
At least do that.
Like
that's
so
a step forward.
Start where you are.
Where are you at?
But,
recognizing where you're at.
But don't play with it. Because I think I'm onto something with this, man. People are doing stuff that they ain't gonna have no business doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's levels.
There's levels too.
But you know you ain't got no business doing some of this stuff, man. So,
recognize it. Just recognize it.
And I'm wanting to save someone time because I had to hit my head over some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Mechanic. I'm an arborist. I'm a plumber. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
And, if you look at my Navigate the Ocean assessment, that's what they say is dangerous for me because with the way my stuff is and some of the other, like, assessments I've taken over the years is, like, I test high, like, you're a CEO, you're the leader, you're this, it's like you can do many things and end up doing them well or decent. But if I'm this, like, if we just use, like, if I'm the leader or the CEO, you could say delegation. It's like, well, delegating tasks. But if you say, well, how do you delegate tasks if you don't have nobody? It's the transfer of energy. You got to pay these people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm delegating to you. Like, okay, well, he's not doing it for free. Pay him.
Right. Yeah.
So you can still focus on your task at hand that he can't do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Makes sense, man.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about, man. Some people are like, oh, you're going to tell that story? Like, yeah, I'm going to tell it, man, because I want to help somebody, man.
That's what we're here for.
But, yeah.
So did you get the lawnmower fixed?
Yeah, it's in the process. This is real life right now.
Oh, man.
It's at the place.
It's right now at the place.
They're there.
With the professionals.
They got the part ordered. They're fixing it.
That's awesome, man.
And the amount of time, energy, and money compared to what if I would have just taken them first.
Man.
I'm at a loss, man.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss in the physical manifestation of it.
True.
But I've learned the lesson that I need to learn that's going to propel me to the next level. So in this instance, it's worth it. Now let the other people learn the lesson so they don't have to be tricked and go through all the process. Mm-hmm.
Don't get tricked.
You got to phone a friend,
Old friend.
Take it to the mechanic. I mean, what? How many steps you gotta do, man, to figure out can you just take it down there, man?
Just take it to the professional.
I mean,
that's all you gotta do.
And people don't cause so what's so great, and then we'll get off here. You know how big the yard is. And then
I do,
when
man.
I say, I'm cutting my mama's yard, you're like, how sick? How deep rooted are some of our files?
Yes, man.
To be like, I can do it. It's like, where another man would be like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous.
Without skipping a beat, they would say that.
And I'm like, no, I can figure it out.
Yeah.
No.
It's files,
That's
man.
a whole file.
You got to go through those files.
Please don't skip a beat. Skip a beat and call the person. Say, hey, I need my long cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm even taking it to a step further. So I get the lawnmower back.
Yeah.
I'm paying to fix the lawnmower. But I don't plan on keep cutting the grass, man.
There you go, man.
So some people be like, I talked to a buddy of mine. Oh, it's Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, you got the lawnmower. What you gonna do with the stuff? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, teach my son how to cut it.
Yeah.
But I'm not cutting the grass.
Oh, man. Oh, that's funny.
All right, man.
Loves it,
Hope
man.
this helps, man.
It does. It does, man.
Yeah.
It will. It's
Get
a
in,
nugget.
Get in your purpose, man.
Get in it.
Transfer energy is real, and let your transfer energy make room for you because it's in the right lane.
Amen to that, man.
Yes, sir. Till next time.
This is your co-host here, Braxton Matson, and Lee and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you've enjoyed it just as much as we did making it, but we couldn't do it without you. So please hit that like button, leave us a rating, leave us a review. Let us know what topic or subject that you would like us to talk about in your journey from mediocre to magnificent. But most of all, share it. Be the ripple effect of magnificence and know that you are magnificent in everything you do. Till next time.